We mentioned last night's game. The Heat upset the Celtics. And after what Jimmy Butler did, hereby known as playoff Jimmy, everybody's been calling him that, and rightfully so. He dropped 35 points, 7 assists, 6 steals, 5 rebounds in the Heat, leading the Heat to a 123-116 victory. And a lot of people are saying he has been the best player in the playoffs and the best player left in the playoffs. He's been phenomenal. He has been awesome. There's no question, no doubt about it, Rob. I've said it. I can't recall a player that I've seen make as big a jump from the regular season to the postseason as Jimmy Butler. He goes from like being an all-star, and not even every single year an all-star, but an all-star, to being like a top 5, at worst 10 player in the NBA, like in the playoffs. And all that said, though, Rob, I guess he's made the All-Star team 6 times. So he's made it obviously several times, but he doesn't make it every year. Rob, he's only made it twice since 2018. Now, some of that, it might be injuries, not much of it, but he just, that's my point. Sometime he All-Star. As great as he's been, and he's been awesome, I think Nikola Jokic has been the best player in the playoffs.
Chris, I agree with you. I know why Jimmy Butler gets the extra juice. He doesn't have the same roster. Like to look at, he doesn't have the same roster. We'll give him credit. He doesn't have the same roster. But the Joker has played better. And Miami's looked at as like the little engine that couldn't. But let's be honest, Chris. This is the 3rd time in 4 years they're playing in the conference finals. Let's act like they just came out of nowhere. I think that's the other part that people leave out. When it comes to Miami, they're not new to the party, Chris.
No doubt about it.
Right?
No doubt about it. Yep. No doubt about it. And you're right. We do. We overlook them because of their roster.
We do.
And the roster
Name another
ain't great.
team that's been there, Chris, 3 out of 4 years.
Right. They're it. Let me ask you this, Rob. As you may know, and I don't think you have been on this bandwagon, but there have been people shooting down the bubble. Oh, the bubble championship. Oh, the Disney.
I just
the
said
Mickey
they won.
Mouse
Everybody played. I told you before. You can't have it both ways. That was what was presented to everybody, Chris. Did it help Anthony Davis and LeBron that they have 4 months off, like those guys, because of AD's injury history, Chris, and LeBron being older? Did it help? Yes, but it didn't mean that they were going to win a championship because they were rested. It doesn't mean that.
It's like you said, it didn't give them any advantage over anyone else. And that's the thing. It was an even playing field for everybody. So I've got no issues whatsoever with the bubble championship. I don't agree with LeBron that it was the most difficult championship to win.
No,
that's going too far. But it's not better or worse than any other championship.
But that's LeBron adding to the sauce. You know what I mean? Like he put his own little ingredient.
His story.
That's his story that he's telling, which is fine.
What does it mean anything to you that, and that was 4 years ago, 4 seasons ago. Does it mean anything to you that those same 4 teams are now playing, in the conference finals? Do you think some people said that, kind of legitimized the bubble, and for those that have said it wasn't an equal championship, it's kind of, shot a hole in their thinking?
Yeah, I don't look at it. Well, I never thought it was illegitimate, Chris. So it's just that these teams are good, and they made it back. But it doesn't change anything. What happened then was then, and what's happened with these teams now is now. It's just different. And those teams were good enough to get there, Chris. They fell off a little bit, right, last year or whatever. And now here they are. What was that? 2 years ago? 2 years ago, right? How many?
The bubble?
Yeah, was that 2020?
That was like 4 seasons ago, 2020.
Yeah, it's not like it happened. Yeah. And these teams were still good. And now if you look at Denver, Chris, after that bubble, Final Four kind of in the bubble, they had injuries, Jamal Murray, they had other injuries, and now they're all healthy. They had the best record in the West.
And trades and stuff, too. Yeah.
Exactly.
The stars are the same, but the role players around them all are pretty much different. All right, 877-99 on Fox. It's your turn to weigh in. Who has been the best player in these NBA playoffs? Nikola Jokic, Jimmy Butler, or someone else? Your thoughts, 877-996-6369.
All right, are we starting this now?
Yep.
All right, I was looking for calls. Here we go. Sam in Charleston, Chris. He kicks it off. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What up, Sam?
Hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Man, how are you?
Doing good, thanks. Thanks for taking my call. First off, I want to give some love to Jimmy Butler. He's got like this killer instinct that I don't think I've seen any player pretty much have, like won it since maybe LeBron and Kobe, and obviously like Michael Jordan, but he's kind of got this instinct that's so rare in a player that they really want it, like skills aside. With that said, though, I got to give it up to Joker, man. I mean, this guy is just unreal. Like his efficiency, like you see him like pull up a shot and it looks like it's going to be like far off, like hit the back of the rim, bounce out, and it's just nothing but net every time. He sees the court in like slow motion pretty much. I mean, every assist he makes, it's like he's so relaxed playing. I think they're going to go all the way this year. I think should probably be a favorite for Shekel City moving forward.
Yes, you're so right, Sam. Shekel City, I've been all over the chicken nuggets. I'm telling you, my goodness gracious.
You got to stop calling them the chicken nuggets, man.
I know. That's what we were calling them, Chris, to start the playoffs, or at least I was, because people weren't giving them. People weren't giving them love. You got to admit that. They weren't getting any love.
No, they weren't. No, but I wasn't, and most people weren't.
Yeah.
And I think, look, let's just keep it real. I think with Miami, they're not necessarily they're not really an exciting team to watch, right? I agree with the caller. Jimmy Butler, Rob, he just has a grit and a tenacity that you rarely see, and almost a force of personality. He is not, and he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. You heard me. I think I haven't heard anybody else in the national media before me say he's starting to build a Hall of Fame resume. And now I think a lot of people probably are thinking that. So I'm giving all credit to his game. But he's not the most skilled guy. He doesn't shoot the three well. Handle isn't incredible. Like he's skilled enough, and you know, he's very skilled. But he's just like a phenomenon. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's just if you are not mentally strong, if you are not a dog, he's going to break you. And I'm not saying he's broken Boston. I mean, Boston beat him last year, so I don't think he'll break them. But I just think he can do that to some of the lesser players and teams in the league, Rob.
Yep. I do not disagree with you. Chris, we got Jim in South Florida. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What up?
How you doing, guys? I just want to thank you for all the content. Every day I listen to The Odd Couple, and it makes me right again.
Man,
but I just want to wait.
Jim, thank you.
I think that you got to go with Jimmy Bucket. Forget about it, you know. And I may be a homer because I'm in South Florida, but, you know, to see a guy step up from where he was to this in the playoffs, that's a lot of change. And
you know what? Look, Jim in South Florida,
got it all dialed in.
We're giving him love because he doesn't have the same roster. He doesn't have the players that the Joker has, and to get them where they are, to knock off the Bucks. Everybody, Chris, was a lot of people were picking the Bucks out of the East, right, and to do what they were able to do. People. It's impressive. Right. It's impressive. So I'm not going to be mad at you. Normally it would be a homer call, but I don't think it's being a homer saying that Jimmy Butler's been one of the best players in the playoffs. I don't.
And
no,
you know
he
what?
has
been.
Absolutely.
They're down 2 players right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So, and for them to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, hey, look, Pat Riley's making money for the city of Miami every year, and the fans are happy because we're there every year.
Yeah, they have been. Let's see if this is the year they can get it done.
Chris, we got another call.
We appreciate that call. Yep.
Yep. Paul in Miami. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What up, Paul?
Hey, guys, man. Love the show, man. Both of y'all, honestly, been watching you since I was a teenager, not trying to make y'all feel old or nothing like that. But,
too late. Nah.
Yeah, no, hey, I'm 41. I'm older than the Heat, and I'm a Heat fan.
Right.
I think people lose track on the Heat fans that we're not this, like, blue blood thing. So I know we catch a lot of flack for, not being there, but they don't show the upper decks. I'll show you that. Anyway, my little tune in on this is with Pat, right? I've been critical. I'm not the bandwagon dude. I've been critical, but I'm almost more impressed with this last 4-year run with the undrafted dudes and Jimmy and than I am with the Heatles. Like, that was an amazing general manager move to get that group of talent together. But I'm almost more impressed with this run. I was just curious what you guys think about Pat at the end now. He's at the end of his run. Maybe he makes some big move in this summer if we don't. I mean, there's no reason we should be here, right? Let's keep it real. There's no reason we should be here at all, right? God forbid we win and go to the finals again. We probably shouldn't even do that. But I was just curious, what's your guys' kind of evaluation of Pat in the last 5 years? I know we're always whale hunting and all that, but somehow with these Caleb Martins, Gabe Vincents, Max Strusses,
right,
even Jimmy is a looked over dude. Just curious to evaluation of Pat.
Yeah, I gotta he's created a great culture. Rob, we always talk about, the culture. Steph Curry was a culture setter in Golden State. Tim Duncan was the same in Miami, or I'm sorry, San Antonio. Michael Jordan in Chicago. And sometimes it's a coach, and sometimes it's the front office. Like, Pat Riley set a winning culture, and I agree. Look, they haven't won a championship, so obviously you give Riley great credit for getting LeBron, right? Getting Bosh to join Wade. That was big. But this is incredibly impressive because, Rob, I'm sorry, this team, you look at this roster, 7 undrafted players. Now, I know Bam Adebayo was a legit, I think it was a lottery pick. I know it was, lower lottery. So he was a legitimate prospect. Jimmy Butler was, I believe, maybe the last player picked in the first round. He wasn't expected to be this. And then the rest of the guys, now that Tyler Hero's hurt, it's just no names with all due respect. And so, yeah, it's culture. And Rob also, and Spoelstra is a great coach in his own right. But it also shows you how backing your coach and every front office executive doesn't have the power of a Pat Riley, right? The reputation, the image, and all that. But Pat Riley's decision to say, look, this is the coach, period. LeBron, Bosh, Wade, this is the coach.
Chris,
that empowered him, right? That empowered him, and you see what he's become.
But here's the thing, and this is another conversation if they don't win or whatever we go on. If they, I don't know, they get to the finals and lose, or they lose here, Chris, and it's 3 out of 4 years, and they still come away with nothing. Then you take a look at what Pat Riley has been able to do, and it still doesn't amount to winning. He didn't win anything when he didn't have the best players. With the Lakers, with Miami. Remember, he did a great job with the Knicks. They couldn't win.
Right.
Does a great job with Miami, couldn't win. Do you know what I'm saying, Chris?
With Wade and Shaq,
but you know what I'm saying, right? Right. But I'm saying without the great players to go there. I think that's what you'll start to look at and say, he's pretty good. He can get his team together, get guys to play, have a mindset and a culture or whatever. But still, he didn't have the big dogs to be able to close the deal.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think there'll be any negative spin. Mm-hmm. Now you're down the line years from now when people, didn't see the games, they might say, "Oh, yeah, they got close, so what?" Right? He, like you said, maybe they'll say he only won it when he had Shaq and Wade and LeBron and
Magic
and Kareem and all that. But I will be impressed for those that are really, real basketball heads or even us in this generation that see it. I don't expect this team to win a dang thing. You know what I mean? And just the fact that he's gotten them to the conference finals 3 times in 4 years, that's huge.